Welcome back to the channel where we turn pocket change into potential gold mines. Today, we're diving into the top 7 most valuable rare Lincoln 1-cent penny coins that have fetched jaw-dropping prices, some worth over $1 million. Money mouth face money bag. Pushpin. Grab your coin jars and magnifying glasses, because one of these $1 million pennies could be hiding in your home. Thumbs up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss more rare coin reveals. If you've got some old pennies lying around or stashed away in a jar, you might want to take a closer look, because today's featured coin might just change your life. We're diving deep into the story of the 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, a tiny piece of copper that could be worth a massive $92,938. Yes, you heard that right. Just 1 cent from your change could be hiding a fortune. So sit back, grab a drink, and let's uncover the mystery, rarity, and shocking value of the 1975 Lincoln penny. To understand the value of the 1975 no-mint mark penny, we have to go back to the roots of the Lincoln cent. First minted in 1909, the Lincoln penny was introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin featured Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, or front, side. Over time, the Lincoln cent underwent a few design changes, but the obverse has remained remarkably consistent, paying homage to one of America's most beloved presidents. Now fast forward to 1975, a time of economic changes, rising metal prices, and increased public interest in coin collecting. The United States Mint struck hundreds of millions of Lincoln pennies that year, and most of them carried no mint mark, meaning they were produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Unlike coins from Denver, which feature a small D, or San Francisco, which sometimes includes an S, Philadelphia struck coins at the time bore no mint mark at all. While that may seem common, here's where things get interesting. Most 1975 no mint mark pennies are only worth face value today. However, a small number of them are drastically different, either due to rare die varieties, minting errors, or being preserved in pristine condition over decades. These rare coins have shocked experts and collectors with their auction values, with one such coin reaching an astronomical price of $92,938. So, what exactly makes a 1975 penny worth that much? Let's break it down. First up, condition. The most valuable 1975 pennies are in MS67 or higher grade, meaning they're virtually flawless with no scratches, wear, or blemishes. Coins graded by professional agencies like PCGS or NGC and given the red designation for their bright, original copper color can command huge premiums. Second, errors and varieties. Some rare 1975 pennies have minting flaws that make them highly collectible. These include double die obverse errors, where the date or lettering appears doubled under magnification. There are also off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and die cracks, each one increasing a coin's desirability and market value. Even the tiniest variation can turn an ordinary penny into a jackpot coin. Third, historical importance and rarity in top grades. Though millions were minted, only a handful survive today in pristine, untouched condition. Most went into circulation and suffered the usual wear and tear. Finding one in gem condition is like winning the lottery. That rarity is what drives collectors wild, and the bidding prices sky-high. In recent years, collectors have paid jaw-dropping prices at major auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers for high-grade 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln cents. One such coin, graded MS67 red by PCGS, drew fierce competition among bidders, eventually selling for $92,938. That's nearly $100,000 for a single penny. And that's not just a one-off occurrence. As more people realize the value of rare coins, the demand continues to surge, and prices keep rising. So, how can you tell if your 1975 penny is the golden ticket? Here's what to look for: bright, vibrant red coloration with no signs of tarnish or damage, sharp details on Lincoln's face, the lettering, and the wheat stalks on older designs, or the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. No signs of wear on high points like Lincoln's cheekbone, or the steps of the memorial, Look for mint errors, doubling, misstrikes, or unusual features. And finally, get your coin professionally graded if you think it stands out, because authentication is key when selling high-value coins. You might be wondering, how likely is it that I have one of these? Well, the truth is, it's not easy, but it's not impossible either. People have found rare pennies in change, in old jars, in inherited collections, and even while metal detecting. All it takes is one lucky find. So go through your penny jars, check your coin rolls, and don't underestimate the power of a single cent. Because that ordinary 1975 penny you toss into the tip jar today might just be worth nearly $93,000 tomorrow. And remember, collecting isn't just about the money. It's about preserving history, honoring craftsmanship, and discovering hidden stories in the smallest places. So there you have it. The incredible tale of the 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, a humble copper coin with the power to change your bank account. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, now is the perfect time to search your stash and keep your eyes peeled for that shining gem. Speech Balloon, be sure to comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or want help identifying one you think might be valuable. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss another chance to discover a coin worth thousands, or even millions. Party Popper, thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting, and good luck on your treasure hunt. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters, to another exciting episode where we explore the hidden gems hiding right in your pocket change. Today's spotlight is on a coin that's turning heads in the numismatic world, the 1976 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. That's right, a coin worth just 1 cent when it was minted, but now it's commanding a jaw-dropping market value of $72,399. So what makes this seemingly ordinary coin so extraordinary? Buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into the history, rarity, and incredible value of this unique piece of American coinage. First, let's talk about the basics. The 1976 Lincoln penny was minted during the bicentennial year of the United States, celebrating 200 years of American independence. While no special design was created for the penny that year, like the quarter, half dollar, and dollar coins, the Lincoln cent still holds a special place in history simply because of its era. The 1976 penny continued the familiar design created by Victor David Brenner, featuring the profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design introduced in 1959 to commemorate Lincoln's 150th birthday. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The 1976 Lincoln cent was minted at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Denver and San Francisco bear the D and S mint marks respectively. However, coins minted in Philadelphia traditionally carried no mint mark. So when we say, no mint mark, for the 1976 penny, we're referring to those produced at the Philadelphia Mint. But don't be fooled, just having no mint mark does not instantly mean your coin is worth a fortune. Most 1976 no mint mark pennies are extremely common and can still be found in circulation worth face value or slightly more in circulated condition. So why is one of them worth more than $72,000? The answer lies in a rare combination of factors, primarily condition, strike quality, color, and most importantly, errors or unique varieties. The 1976 Lincoln penny that sold for over $72,000 did not achieve that value because it was just another old coin. It was graded at the top of the scale, mint state 67 red, or even higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. In the coin collecting world, red refers to the original copper color the coin had when it was first minted. Over time, copper coins tend to tone or turn brown, but a penny that has retained its bright red luster for nearly 5 decades is a rare find. Another factor that boosts the coin's value is the presence of mint errors. Error coins are incredibly popular among collectors and can include things like double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, or even coins struck on the wrong metal. For example, if a 1976 penny was accidentally struck on a dime planchet or has a dramatic double die obverse, it could skyrocket in value. But even without such errors, a flawless 1976 Lincoln penny with no mint mark and graded at the highest possible level can fetch tens of thousands of dollars. That's what happened in one recent auction where a pristine example sold for a whopping $72,399. That's more than enough to buy a new car, pay off debts, or even make a down payment on a house, all from a single 1-cent coin. So how can you find a valuable 1976 no mint mark Lincoln penny? First, start by checking your pocket change, coin jars, or inherited coin collections. Look for pennies that are exceptionally clean and free from scratches or wear. If the color is still bright red and the details are sharp, you may have a contender. Next, use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to examine the coin closely. Look for any unusual features, doubling on the letters or numbers, off-center designs, or any striking abnormalities. If you believe your coin could be valuable, the next step is to get it graded by a professional service. Companies like PCGS, the Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can assess the coin's condition and assign it a grade. A certified high-grade coin can then be sold at auction or to a collector for a premium price. And let's not forget about historical context. 1976 was a year of patriotic pride in America. There was a renewed interest in American history, and the bicentennial celebrations led to increased coin collecting activity. Even though the Lincoln cent did not receive a special bicentennial design, its presence in that historical year adds sentimental and collectible value to the coin, especially for collectors seeking to build a complete set from the 1970s or coins minted during major national events. So whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just someone who enjoys the thrill of the hunt, keep your eyes peeled for that brilliant red 1976 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. It could be sitting in your piggy bank or stuck between couch cushions, just waiting to be discovered. Imagine the surprise of cashing in a 1-cent coin for over $72,000. It's not just luck, it's about knowledge, patience, and knowing what to look for. That wraps up today's deep dive into the fascinating world of the 1976 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. We've covered its origin, historical context, grading standards, error types, and the jaw-dropping value that has stunned collectors across the globe. With the current market value reaching as high as $72,399, this coin proves that even the smallest denominations can carry tremendous worth. Don't underestimate that penny in your change. It might just be your ticket to a life-changing discovery. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and share this video with your friends and fellow collectors. Let us know in the comments if you've ever come across a valuable penny, or if you're now motivated to go through your change jar. Until next time, happy collecting and keep your eyes open for hidden treasures. Hey there, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Welcome back to the channel where we explore rare and valuable coins hiding in plain sight, sometimes right in your pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into the story of one extraordinary coin, the 1990 D mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin that's currently valued at an unbelievable $76,900 in the collector's market. That's right, a single penny from 1990 could be worth a small fortune. So stay tuned, because we're about to break down everything you need to know about this rare coin's origin, unique features, and how you could be the lucky one to find it. Let's start with the basics. The 1990 Lincoln penny was struck at two different mints, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Coins produced at the Denver Mint carry the small letter D right beneath the ear, just above the rim on the obverse side. That's the front of the coin with Abraham Lincoln's portrait. Over 6 billion Lincoln cents were minted in 1990, and nearly 5 billion of them were struck at the Denver Mint alone. So you might be thinking, with so many made, how could one be worth nearly $77,000? Well, here's where it gets interesting. The mystery behind the value: most 1990 D pennies are only worth face value in circulated condition, just 1 cent. But the value of this coin skyrockets when it's in pristine, uncirculated condition, and even more so when it contains an error or anomaly. The most valuable specimens are those that have received an extremely high grade by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC. A perfect mint state grade of MS68 or higher makes the coin a true standout. Combine that with eye-catching luster, sharp details, and no signs of wear, and collectors will pay thousands, even tens of thousands, to own it.so. Why the massive price tag of $76,900 for this particular penny? Well, one such 1990 Lincoln penny graded at MS68 red by PCGS fetched that exact amount at auction due to its perfect condition, brilliant red color, and rarity at that grade. Only a handful of coins ever received such a top-tier rating, making it one of the finest known examples of its kind. And in the world of numismatics, or coin collecting, rarity and condition are everything. Unique characteristics and error possibilities, but condition isn't the only factor. There are also some very specific errors and variations that make certain 1990 Lincoln cents even more desirable. Keep an eye out for off-center strikes, double dies, or coins that were struck on the wrong planchet, meaning it was made on a blank intended for a different coin. These mint errors can drastically increase a coin's value, although most of the attention in 1990 goes to the Philadelphia Mint coins that accidentally left off the mint mark, known as the 1990 no-S-proof pennies. The Denver Mint coins are now making headlines because of their high-grade condition finds. With more collectors and investors entering the hobby, the demand for top-condition coins has soared, which in turn raises the value of coins like the 1990 penny. How to identify a valuable 1990 penny? Now, you might be wondering how to tell if your 1990 penny is worth money. First, check the coin's condition. If it looks worn, dull, or has nicks and scratches, it's probably worth only a cent or slightly more. But if your coin has a deep red color, no signs of circulation, and razor-sharp detail, it could be a contender for grading. Grab a magnifying glass and take a close look at the date, the mint mark, and the overall quality of the coin's surfaces. Next, consider getting your coin graded by a professional third-party service like the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Company. A small investment in grading could reveal you have a high-value treasure in your possession. Coins graded MS67 or higher command serious prices, and anything graded MS68 red is considered elite and incredibly valuable. Auction history and market demand. The collector market for Lincoln cents is hotter than ever, and coins like the 1990 penny are being snapped up at record prices. In recent years, auctions have seen fierce bidding wars over these high-grade coins. One particular 1990 penny graded MS68 red sold for $76,900 at auction, setting a benchmark for what collectors are willing to pay. Collectors love the Lincoln cent series for its rich history, its connection to President Abraham Lincoln, and the many varieties and errors it offers. The 1990 penny has become one of the stars of the modern era, thanks to its rarity in top grades and the increasing interest in modern coinage. Tips for coin collectors and final thoughts. If you want to start hunting for valuable coins like the 1990 penny, here are a few tips. First, always check your change. You'd be surprised how many rare coins are still in circulation. Second, look for rolls of pennies from the bank, known as coin roll hunting, and go through them with care. You might just find a gem. And finally, learn how to store and protect your coins to maintain their condition. Use acid-free holders, keep them away from humidity and heat, and handle them by the edges to avoid fingerprints. The bottom line is this: not all pennies are created equal. While most 1990 Lincoln cents are common and ordinary, a small number of them are hidden treasures. If you're lucky enough to find one in immaculate condition or with a special error, you could be holding a coin worth over $76,000. That's the kind of discovery that changes your view of pocket change forever.so. What do you think? Do you have a 1990 penny tucked away somewhere in a drawer or coin jar? It might be time to take a closer look. And if you enjoy content like this, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a video about valuable coins. We're always exploring the hidden wealth in everyday coins, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Until next time, keep your eyes open, your coins safe, and your curiosity alive. Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. If you're holding on to your pocket change or you've inherited a box of old coins, then you might want to listen closely. Because in today's video, we're diving deep into one of the most surprising and valuable modern coins ever to be found in circulation, the 1997 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. That's right, this seemingly ordinary penny from the late 1990s is currently valued at a staggering $99,279. Yes, you heard that correctly. Just one of these copper-coated coins has reached nearly six figures in today's collector's market. So grab your magnifying glasses and your coin jars, because this video might just change how you look at pennies forever. Let's begin by talking about the basics of the 1997 D Lincoln penny. This penny was minted at the Denver Mint, which is what the D Mint mark stands for. In that year alone, the Denver Mint produced over 4.6 billion Lincoln cents. So the natural question is, how can a coin with such a massive mintage possibly be worth almost $100,000? That's the mystery and magic of numismatics, my friends. It's not just about how many were made, but how rare high-quality examples are today, and more importantly, whether there are mint errors or unique die varieties that elevate a coin's status and value to a completely different level. The 1997 D penny features the classic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. His iconic portrait has remained on the cent since 1909, celebrating his 100th birthday and symbolizing liberty and leadership. On the reverse of the coin, we see the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This reverse design remained in use until 2008, making the 1997 D penny part of a long and historic chapter in American coinage. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1997 D penny special. There are several reasons why this coin has skyrocketed in value for collectors. First, condition is king. The most valuable 1997 D penny was graded in mint state, specifically MS69 red by professional grading services. In the coin collecting world, MS stands for mint state, and the number on the scale goes from 60 to 70. A grade of MS69 red is nearly perfect, with full original luster, no visible contact marks, and a flawless strike. These coins are almost never found in circulation, and their rarity makes them highly desirable to serious collectors. But condition alone isn't everything. Some 1997 D pennies are worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars because of unique errors. These can include double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, or coins struck on the wrong planchet. For example, if a 1997 D penny was accidentally struck on a dime planchet, which is smaller and silver in color, its value would be extremely high. Similarly, a 1997 D penny with a dramatic die crack or cut error could easily be worth thousands, depending on how severe and visually striking the error is. Another reason this coin commands such a high value is that high-grade examples have become incredibly hard to find. Most of the 1997 D pennies were released into general circulation, meaning they were used in everyday transactions. Over the years, they've been dropped, scratched, worn down, and tossed aside. This kind of wear and tear dramatically reduces their collectible value. Finding one in pristine, untouched condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. That's why a single MS69 red example sold for an unbelievable $99,279, a record-breaking price for this particular date and mint mark combination. Let's take a moment to look at the timeline of this coin's rise in value. In the early 2000s, collectors were just beginning to appreciate modern-era coins in high grades. At that time, a 1997 D penny in MS66 condition might have sold for just a few dollars. But as more collectors entered the hobby and registry sets became popular, competition for the highest-graded examples heated up. Today, with collectors vying for the best coins to complete their Lincoln cent sets, prices for ultra-high-grade pennies have exploded. The market has shifted dramatically, and what was once just another penny is now a coin worth more than most cars. So how can you tell if you have a valuable 1997 D Lincoln cent? Start by checking the mint mark. You'll find it just below the date on the obverse side of the coin. Make sure it's a D for Denver. Then look at the color and luster of the coin. If it still has its bright red hue and looks like it just came from the mint, you might be onto something. Examine it under good lighting to check for any signs of doubling in the letters or numbers, especially around the word Liberty and the date. Use a 10x magnifying loupe if you have one. Also look at the reverse side. Check for any anomalies in the Lincoln Memorial, such as missing or doubled columns. If your coin looks promising, it's time to consult a professional. You'll want to have the coin graded by a reputable grading service such as PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate the coin and assign it a grade, which will have a massive impact on its value. Keep in mind that grading costs money, so only submit coins that truly appear to be in top condition or have obvious error features. Let's also talk about demand. The Lincoln Cent series is one of the most widely collected coin series in the world. Almost every coin collector in the United States has started with Lincoln pennies at some point. That means there's always a steady demand for rare, high-grade examples. And as more collectors build registry sets, they're constantly hunting for the best of the best. That's why a coin like the 1997 D penny in MS69 condition can attract such high bidding competition at auction. Right now, in the current market, the 1997 D penny with the highest grade and strongest eye appeal holds a value of approximately $99,279. This isn't just a theoretical price. This is based on real sales and auction records. The market for rare coins continues to be strong, and high-grade modern coins are now commanding prices that rival even classic gold and silver issues. If you happen to own one of these gems, you're sitting on a small fortune in copper-plated zinc. Before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap. The 1997 D Lincoln penny might look ordinary at first glance, but in top condition or with the right kind of error, it can be worth up to $99,279. Key factors that determine its value include its grade, color designation, mint errors, and overall eye appeal. The market for Lincoln Cents remains red hot, and high-grade examples continue to shatter records at auction. So if you come across a 1997 D penny that looks unusually sharp and lustrous, don't spend it, protect it, research it, and consider having it professionally graded. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories about valuable coins hiding in plain sight. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a future upload. Until next time, happy hunting and may your next penny be worth a fortune. Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. In today's episode, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and highly valued coins in American numismatic history, the 1982 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. Yes, you heard that right, a coin that's commonly overlooked, easily passed off as ordinary pocket change, might actually be worth a staggering $74,730 in today's market. So grab your magnifying glass and settle in, because we're about to uncover the secrets, the story, and the serious value behind this incredible coin. Let's start with a little background. The Lincoln Cent, featuring the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, has been in circulation since 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the original Lincoln Cent was a monumental shift in U.S. coinage, being the first to feature a real historical figure rather than a symbol of liberty. Over the decades, this humble penny has gone through several design changes, metal compositions, and mint mark variations, and that's where the 1982 D penny becomes a major part of coin collecting history. Now, 1982 was a transitional year for the U.S. Mint. Due to rising copper prices, the Mint decided to switch the composition of the penny from 95% copper and 5% zinc to a primarily zinc coin with a thin copper plating. This change was a cost-saving measure, but it introduced a major variable for collectors: multiple types of 1982 pennies. In fact, there are 7 different varieties of the 1982 Lincoln Cent, with different weights and mint marks. These include both large date and small date versions in copper and zinc, minted in Philadelphia and Denver. Now here's the kicker: the coin we're talking about today is the 1982 D Lincoln penny, minted in Denver, that was supposed to be made of zinc. But in a rare and unexpected twist, a very small number of these pennies were accidentally struck on a copper planchet instead of zinc. This minting error created an ultra-rare coin, the 1982 copper small date penny, and this tiny oversight has turned an ordinary-looking coin into a numismatic legend. So, how rare is it? As of today, only 2 confirmed examples of the 1982 small date copper penny have been authenticated by professional grading services like PCGS and NGC. That makes this coin one of the rarest Lincoln cents ever discovered, rarer even than the 1909 SVDB or the 1955 double die. It's a true unicorn of the coin world. Now, let's talk value, because this is where things get exciting. In 2016, one of these ultra-rare 1982 copper small date pennies sold at public auction for $18,000. But as word spread about its rarity, interest in the coin skyrocketed. By 2021, another verified example graded MS63 by PCGS fetched an incredible $33,600 at auction. And now, due to increasing demand, heightened awareness, and a red-hot rare coin market, the estimated current value of a high-grade 1982 copper penny has climbed to an astonishing $74,730. Yes, folks, that's nearly $75,000 for a single penny. That's more than the price of a brand new luxury car. That's more than some people's annual salary. All for a coin you might accidentally pass over in your change jar. So how can you tell if you've got one of these valuable coins? Well, you'll need to know what to look for. First, check the mint mark. It should be a small d, just below the year 1982 on the obverse side of the coin, indicating it was minted in Denver. Next, you need to determine whether the date is the small date variety, which has more delicate and compact numerals compared to the large date version. But here's the biggest step: you need to know the metal composition of the coin. A genuine 1982 copper penny weighs about 3.11 grams, while the standard 1982 zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams. This might not seem like much, but it makes all the difference. To accurately weigh your coin, you'll need a precise digital scale that measures to at least 1/100th of a gram. If your 1982 penny with a small date and Denver mint mark weighs around 3.11 grams, you could be holding a 6-figure treasure in your hand. But be warned, with so much money at stake, counterfeits are not uncommon. If you think you have a possible 1982 copper small date penny, your next step should be to submit it to a certified grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. Only then can its true value be determined and preserved. So, where might you find one of these hidden gems? Surprisingly, they've turned up in pocket change, old coin jars, and rolls of unsearched pennies. Estate sales, flea markets, and coin shops are also potential hunting grounds. It's a reminder to always check your change and never underestimate the value of a single coin. To sum it up, the 1982 Lincoln cent is not just another penny. It's a symbol of transition, a product of minting error, and now one of the rarest and most sought-after coins in the hobby. With a potential value of $74,730, it's a powerful example of how history, rarity, and human error can combine to create something truly priceless. Before we wrap up, here's a challenge for all our viewers: check your change today. Look through those old penny jars. Weigh your 1982 pennies. You never know, you might be sitting on a life-changing coin and not even realize it. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on our next deep dive into valuable coins. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're going to start hunting for this incredible 1982 treasure. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting! Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a truly exciting and surprising coin, the 2001 mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might think a coin this modern couldn't be worth much, but what if I told you that this small copper-plated treasure could fetch as much as $22,988 in today's market? That's right. This humble penny from your pocket change could potentially be worth a small fortune. So how does a 2001 Lincoln penny become a coin collector's dream? Let's break it all down, from the coin's origin and design history, to the rare features and errors that can skyrocket its value, and finally, how the current market is treating these fascinating finds. Let's begin with a little backstory. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, created to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it featured Lincoln's bust on the obverse, making it the first U.S. coin to depict a real person. In 1959, to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth and the 50th anniversary of the Lincoln cent, the reverse design was changed from the wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial, created by Frank Gasparo. This design remained in place until 2008. Now, the 2001 penny belongs to this iconic Lincoln Memorial series, and while hundreds of millions were minted that year, a very small percentage of them contain specific traits that can make them immensely valuable. The D Mint mark on this coin tells us that it was struck at the Denver Mint. In 2001, the Denver Mint produced over 5 billion Lincoln cents, yes, with a B, so by all accounts, this coin should be extremely common. But that's exactly what makes the rare ones so interesting. What makes a 2001 penny worth over $22,000 when the rest are practically worthless in circulation? The answer lies in mint errors, die varieties, pristine conditions, and rarity. Let's start with one of the biggest factors, mint errors. Some of the most valuable 2001 Lincoln cents are known to have double die obverse or DDO errors. This means the coin was struck more than once on the obverse side by a misaligned or doubled die, causing noticeable doubling in areas like the date, the word liberty, or the motto, "In God We Trust." If you happen to find a 2001 penny with this kind of doubling, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands depending on condition and severity. Another rare error is the off-center strike, where the coin is not properly aligned during minting, resulting in part of the design being cut off or missing. The more dramatic the off-center error, and the more visible the date, the higher its value. A 50% off-center 2001 penny with a full date could easily be valued in the thousands. There are also examples of broad strike errors, where the coin is struck without a proper retaining collar, causing it to spread out and flatten. These errors can also command a premium depending on how severe they are and whether the coin is in mint state condition. But what really pushes the value to that jaw-dropping $22,988 mark? That would be a coin graded in near-perfect condition, specifically, coins graded MS-68 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. MS stands for mint state, and a grade of 68 indicates an almost flawless coin with only microscopic imperfections. Out of the billions minted, very few 2001 pennies exist in this elite condition, making them extremely desirable to high-end collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for the finest known specimens. Let's talk about composition for a moment. The 2001 Lincoln penny is made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. This zinc core replaced the earlier solid bronze composition in 1982. While the metal content isn't where the value lies anymore, the condition and rarity still make this coin a true gem. Now here's a pro tip. If you want to know whether your 2001 penny could be worth something, always check these 5 things. First, the coin's overall condition. Is it uncirculated or worn? Second, check for any visible errors, doubling, off-center strikes, die cracks, or other oddities. Third, check the luster and surface. High-quality mint state coins will have an original shine. Fourth, look closely at the lettering and date for any distortions. And fifth, consider getting it professionally graded if you think it's something special. A certified grade from PCGS or NGC can drastically increase a coin's value. So, where is the market right now for this coin? In recent auctions and private sales, premium grade 2001 pennies have been sold for as much as $22,988, particularly when the coin is in MS-68 condition with a verified error or die variety. Keep in mind, though, that the market can fluctuate based on demand, the economy, and the number of high-end collectors actively seeking that specific year and mint mark. But what's clear is that this penny is not just spare change, it's a sleeper coin that has already surprised many collectors. And here's something even more exciting. You could literally find one of these coins in your change jar, your piggy bank, or even stuck between your car seats. That's the thrill of modern coin collecting. You don't always need to dig through ancient silver or buy expensive proof sets to uncover valuable coins. Sometimes, all it takes is a sharp eye, a little research, and maybe a magnifying glass. To wrap it all up, the 2001 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny may seem like an ordinary coin, but under the right circumstances, with the right errors or pristine condition, it becomes a superstar in the world of numismatics. With a potential value reaching up to $22,988, it's worth paying close attention to every penny you come across. Check your pockets, your drawers, and coin rolls. You never know when a life-changing coin might be hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most surprising modern coins, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video about coins worth real money. Drop a comment if you think you might have a rare 2001 D penny, or if you've ever found something valuable in your change. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your next coin be the one that makes history.